Hello everyone. Today is Friday, June 4th, and today we are talking about MLA style and forbidden words. Don't forget that your grammar homework is due by 11:59 tonight via email. A couple of you have already submitted it, but just know that everybody else, I got to get it in. Those grades are going to go on the comp review page, so just know that grade is going to pop up over there. Okay, so let us go ahead and get started. So we're on June 4th, man. All right, so we're going to look at this PowerPoint, we're going to look at this example, and then your quiz is going to be active. Can probably go ahead and make that available. Yeah, there we go. So it's available for you when you're ready to take it. So let's go over the PowerPoint real quick. Okay, so MLA formatting. This, sorry. So MLA formatting is just a certain way that you write your papers. If you've written a paper in high school or in college, you have probably written it in MLA format. So in MLA format, your font always should be Times New Roman size 12. You should always have page numbers in the top right-hand corner, and they should have your last name and then the page number. The entire document should be double-spaced. And the header is in the top left-hand corner, and it has, I think that's a typo. Now that I'm looking at it. No, yeah, that's right. Okay. Your header will be in the top left-hand corner, and that's going to have, in this order, your name, your instructor's name, the class, and then the date. And usually for date, I just tell y'all to put the day that the essay is due. And then the title of your essay should be centered right after the header, and then your document begins, and every paragraph you have should be indented. So here is what that looks like. So you see you've got your last name and page number up here in the right-hand corner, and then your header, which is your name, instructor's name, course name, and then date. This says make sure that it's written in this format. Yeah, this is technically the correct way to write the date, day, month, year, but I'm not going to harp on that too much. And then your title, all essays need a title, and the title should be centered, and then your essay starts. And then see you have this little indentation, which you do with the tab key on your keyboard, if you didn't know that. Margin should be 1 inch on all sides. Begin your essay immediately below the title, so you're going to type in your title and then hit enter. And once your essay is complete, it should look like this example, except no longer. So I'm going to show you really quick how to do this. So on Word, I'm using the app version of Word because, there it goes, because I've been having some issues with I use my husband's computer to record my lectures, and I've been having some issues with his Word, so I just decided to use the app for this. So right here is your font name, so you can bring up this drop-down menu and select Times New Roman. Make sure your font size is changed to 12. Okay, and your cursor, your margins are already going to be set at 1 inch, so you don't need to change your margins. Your cursor is going to be in the top left-hand corner. So then we're going to write our header, which is our name. And then it is the instructor name. I'm just going to use that example. Class, which you can write English Comp 1, ENGL 1311, English, whatever. And then the date, which, let's do it for the submission date, which is, the submission date on your first essay is, I think the 11th. So I'm going to say 11 June 2021. And then I'm going to hit, so after each one of these, like after I type my name, I hit enter. After I type instructor's name, enter. After I type the class, enter. Type the date, enter. And then I'm going to come up here to, well, normally it's, oh, right here. I'm going to come up here to where it says text alignment. And you can see here that this is align left, which is what we started on. That means your cursor's in the left. Align center, which is what we're going to do for our title. So we're just going to write title of the essay. Okay, and then we're going to hit enter. We're going to go back up, put our alignment back on the left. We're going to hit our little tab key, and then we're going to start our introductory paragraph. And we're going to just type and type, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now our intro is done. So we're going to move on to our first body paragraph. We're going to hit enter again and then tab one more time. So don't forget to tab over at the beginning of each new paragraph. Okay. Now, remember I talked about page numbers. So the way we do page numbers is we come up here into insert. We click on that and we find page numbers. We click on the little arrow and we're like, okay, so our page number needs to be in the top right hand corner. Okay, here we go. Click on that. It's going to bring up this little box. You're going to type in your last name. Oops. And then you're just going to click. Oh, well, this doesn't work the same way, does it? Okay. Hang on. We'll figure this out together. Page numbers. Top right hand corner. Oh. Wait. You want to make sure to include page count. Nope. Don't do that. So header, we're going to do that. Then we're just going to do 1. And then how do we... Oh, let's try that. Oh, no. Then do we just hit insert? Do we hit enter? No. I've never used the app before, so this is new to me. So some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. She's making this much harder than it has to be, but I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so it should just be in there. So let's try. Let's do a print preview. To see if our page number went in there correctly, because I don't want to tell y'all how to do it wrong. Yeah, so that's all you have to do to get your page number in there. It's apparently not going to pop up on the document itself, but it is in there. So you just go to insert, go to page numbers, select the one that's in the right hand corner, type your last name, just your last name, and then click out of it, and then it is in there. And don't put the number, because I think if you do that, you're going to change. Oh no, okay, you do need to put the number. So, so when you go to page number, put your last name and then 1, and then that'll put that in as 1, and then we're going down. Well, no, maybe not. Hang on. I should have looked at this before I did this, but I didn't think it was going to be that different. Yeah, so don't put your page number in. Just put your last name and it should do the page numbers for you by itself. Okay, so just go to here, click on that, make sure that is just your last name. Yeah, that should be all you have to do, and then click outside of it and it'll do it for you. Okay, so that's how you set it up. That's how you do it on here. Sorry, that took longer than I thought it was going to. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. And you may, because that was convoluted. Okay, so we also have some forbidden words to talk about. So these are words that you shouldn't use in formal essays. So you shouldn't use personal pronouns. Forbidden words in general make your essay look unprofessional, and personal pronouns are a quick way to do it. You cannot ever use you, yourself, your, any of that. You at all, unless you're quoting or doing dialogue. You can use I when you're telling a personal story. So like in our narrative, you'll be able to use I. You can use we and they. Just try to avoid using you at all costs. It is completely a forbidden word. You will lose points for using it. Contractions. So contractions are just smashed together versions of two words, such as can't, couldn't, shouldn't, don't. Use these sparingly, and never use multiple contractions, like she'd have, like she'd have done that if she could. That doesn't work. And don't use y'all either. I use it when I talk all the time, and I use it in my emails, but when we're trying to be formal, we want to avoid y'all. And just use contractions sparingly. Don't just use them every other word. Just sprinkle them on in there. You should also avoid slang and text speak. So definitely no emojis, no LOL, no just the letter U instead of YOU, which you shouldn't be using anyway unless it's in dialogue. No Y, just Y instead of WHY. If you'd use it in a text message, don't use it in a formal essay. Things like legit and something that's cool, like that's awesome, that's slang. Yeah, so try to avoid that. Again, unless you're writing it in dialogue, which you may have some dialogue in your narrative essay, and when you're quoting for your research essay, there may be some slang in your quotes, and that's fine. Just you don't use them in formal essays. And vague words. Don't be vague, be precise. So vague words are like a lot of, several, many, about, kind of, very, a long time. What do those words mean? They don't... Sorry, my dog just whined. They don't really mean anything, right? So tell me how much or how many of something. Be exact. I really hate the words very and a lot. There are much better words to use. So you're not very tired, you're exhausted. You're not very hungry, you're ravenous, and so on and so forth. Because very doesn't really mean anything. Very means... Can you chill? I'm trying to do something. Very means a lot, and a lot doesn't, that doesn't really mean anything. So try to be precise when you're writing. And that is that on that. So I think that's all we have to cover today. So yeah, we're going to do MLA. We talked about MLA and forbidden words. I showed you the formatted example. I showed you how to set that up. Now all you got to do is take your forbidden words quiz. You have to complete it in one sitting. There is no time limit. You just have to, once you start it, you can't stop and then go back to it. It's 10 questions. There's some multiple choice, some true and false, and one short answer. So yeah, that's all you have to do today, which is, again, Friday, June 4th. So So this quiz is due by midnight tonight, 11:59 p.m. tonight. So make sure you get that knocked out. And that's pretty much everything. So if y'all have any questions or concerns, just let me know. Call me, text me, email me, whatever you got to do, just let me know. All right, guys. Y'all have a good day. And it's almost the weekend, so you'll have a good weekend. And I will see you, well, I won't see you, but I will talk to you possibly over the weekend, but definitely I will talk to you again on Monday. So have a good weekend, guys, and just let me know if you need me.